Well folks, here's the chassis as it stands right now after today's work. Today I've made and fitted the radius arms, both sides. They've been made so that they can do two jobs. They'll serve as the radius arms and they'll also serve to stop the axle moving backwards and forwards. Because of these large springs, there'll be quite a bit of movement, and they'll serve to stop the axles moving backwards and forwards when the vehicle's in forward and reverse. There you can see the front panhard rod has also been fitted. That's fully adjustable so that you can make sure that the axle is square on to the chassis, which will be done later when all the work's finished. No point in doing it now, it keeps getting moved around. The front axle beam is mounted on solid steel, or not solid, it's a steel box section, which is bolted through and fixed down to the axle. So that's fixed there, and then is hung on 500-pound compression springs. Had to buy those in from the UK, couldn't get them here in Cyprus. The chassis so far, with the odd exception of like the springs, a few screws, bits and pieces, has been built entirely out of scrap. The scrap steel, again like this piece here. This is the rear axle beam support bar. Bits like that I've scrounged around from the local steel merchants. They've let me root around in their bins. Basically anything under 1 metre long I can take. So I've had a good look. You'll see there the rear panhard rod, which we made and fitted last week. Does the same job as the front one. The panhard rods, they stop lateral movement, they stop the axles moving sideways. The radius arm at the front stops the axle moving backwards and forwards, and the panhard rods stop them moving sideways. On the back axle, you'll see in here, there's some uprights, and there'll be another pair at the front here, mounted at the front. And they'll have rubbing plates, they stop the rear axle moving backwards and forwards. You don't need radius arms, could fit radius arms, you don't need to. Rear axle beam's been built out of solid mahogany, and then later on I will remove that temporarily and set it up on a level sled to drill it through to mount the axle. The chassis's been coated in a very hard black paint, something like a type of a hammerite, smoothite, so it gives the chassis good protection. The white sides, this is aluminium sheeting, actually came off of a bathroom roof. I took a couple of sheaths, cut it and shaped it and fitted it, so that gives the lower section of that chassis some protection. Weighing in quite heavy at the moment. I'm a little bit concerned that there's now a little too much weight on those plastic trestles, but I'm not going to have to be adding too much more onto it. I shan't be doing too much more for the next couple of weeks because we're going to be moving across the village. So I've got to tidy up this shambles of a temporary workshop, which is an absolute tip right now. It's disgraceful really. I don't have a proper storage space, but it's going to be moving to a permanent home the other side of the village in a couple of weeks' time. So after I've finished with this video now, I'm going to start to tidy it all up, pack it, ready for moving. Over here we've got the engine hood and the seat structure, which you've seen the photographs of. This is one of the wheels. .600mm diameter, solid wheel made out of marine ply, has a pneumatic tyre rim set in between the felloes, which will carry a large pneumatic mountain bike tyre when it's finished. On the flange here there will be dual bearing flange plates bolted through, which will carry probably something like a 15mm axle, which will be drilled into the side of the steering mechanism there. The rear wheels will be similar, only the hubs will be a little larger diameter because they're going to also carry the drive gear sprockets and also a brake system, which I'm currently trying to design. So that's as far as we got for now. So a couple of weeks, not too much going to happen. Just need to tidy this shambles up, get it ready for moving. Thanks for watching, folks. Keep an eye on this space. I shall post photographs and things up as and when more work is done.